Patrick Mahomes has come out and was very boisterous, or monstrous, let's say that, against the refs because they called Kadarius Toney being offsides, which ultimately negated the play, which negated a touchdown, and it lost them the game. Even though after that play, you still had two more shots at it. You just, it just, You ever, I'll bring it personal to you. You ever see change that you're not ready for? Or you've ever, how do I say this? You've ever had a car? At one point, it was your dream car. Riding smooth. Greatest car you've ever had. Best car you've ever had. Then all of a sudden, you start, that yellow check engine light comes on, and then nick after nick after nick, and then now it's just like, it's just a car. Patrick Mahomes' frustration towards the refs, towards, them calling that Kadarius Toney thing, that their frustration wasn't geared towards the refs. The frustration was geared towards realization. And the realization is what I said earlier this season. This Kansas City Chiefs team is not a championship caliber team. You have championship caliber players in Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones. But this is not a championship caliber team, in my opinion. And I think Patrick Mahomes is starting to realize that. Because like we just talked about with the Eagles, there are components that a team needs to win a championship, to win a Super Bowl, to win a World Series. And the two biggest areas of concern for the Chiefs, and it's been like this the entire year, is their offensive line and the wide receiver play. For people that don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs lead the league in dropped passes. They're at like 33, which is almost double than the next person. If anybody doesn't know, Pro Football Focus ranks the Chiefs' offensive line one of the worst, especially their left tackle or their tackles. Patrick Mahomes, yes, there was some frustration towards the refs, not just for this game, but for the game against the Eagles, I believe, that it was a clear pass interference that wasn't called. Oh, no, it wasn't the Eagles. It was, don't remember who it was, but it was a clear pass interference. But the frustration is really, for Patrick Mahomes, is really the realization of, we're not as good as we should be. And when you look at the landscape of the AFC and you have like 6 teams that are 7-6, including now the Buffalo Bills that you just lost to, and you have losses to, the Jets, you have losses to the Broncos when they were struggling. Well, you're pretty much kicked off their win streak. You have losses to the Eagles because Valdez-Scantling can't catch the ball. Like, that has to be such a humbling and frustrating realization that while I'm still good, my team is not good enough. Like, think about it, man. The Chiefs, we've never talked about the Chiefs in this way, but the Chiefs now are is that team where the offense has not been able to carry if the defense doesn't carry them. The kind of the same way we talked about the Browns for a minute. If the defense doesn't carry them, because their defense is still elite, they still have one of the best defenses in football. Well, if their defense isn't able to come to play or doesn't carry them, an offense that is led by Patrick Mahomes can't sustain and can't get them over the top. And Patrick Mahomes knows that. That's where you saw that frustration at. Because he looked wild arguing with the refs, talking about why would you call that? Patrick Mahomes isn't dumb. Patrick Mahomes knows that was offsides. I think what his frustration is how are you a wide receiver looking at the ball and still lining up offsides in a clutch moment? And that's another thing that Patrick Mahomes was voicing his frustration about. There has been so many moments where the wide receivers blow the game, whether that's Valdez-Scantling, whether that's Kadarius Toney. Again, they have 33 drops as a wide receiver core. It's tough. That's a tough thing, a tough pill to swallow, that you're not as good as you hope that you would be. And it's not because of you, it's because of the people around you. And Patrick Mahomes was being a great, shouts out to Ryan Clark. He said it. He was being a great teammate because, again, that frustration wasn't geared towards the refs, even though his words were geared towards the refs. The frustration was geared towards the fact of we can't keep playing. We can't keep shooting ourselves. And when you have drop balls, when you have offsides, when you have terrible false start penalties in tough situations, that's going to kill you. But shouts out to the Bills for beating the Kansas City Chiefs 20-17. It was a tough week for Sean McDermott and the Bills, but they prevailed. So shouts out to them. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.